Well, things are changing here on Call of Duty, but change sometimes isn't always good. What's going on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you today. Welcome back to the Black Ops 6 beta. Yes, we still have some more beta gameplay for you. We had some, lots of gameplays kind of stored, not lots, but a decent amount that I wanted to use, most of these, over time. I didn't get as many as I wanted to, or else we would have put them out all right away. But in this one, right, we are playing a new game mode called Kill Order. And basically the goal of it is, you can see, throughout this gameplay, it says protect and it says kill. So basically in this game mode, it is team deathmatch, but you have a, I guess you call it, it's kind of like Protect the President, if you ever played that as a mini game, or in this case, you have a VIP, a special person that gets kind of randomly selected at the start of the game, and your goal as the enemy team is to take out that player among, killing everybody else in the game. So it's, like I said, team deathmatch, but there's a special person on each team that you have to try to take out. Now, in the case that your guy does get taken out, then you kind of get downed like in Warzone. You kind of go down on your knees and all fours, and or kind of on your back or whatever it is, and you are then able to be revived, but obviously a lot of times people just, finish it right away. So lots of new ideas for a game mode, which I do appreciate, but also at the same time, right, there's always going to be a lot of things about Call of Duty that, I don't mind changes, right? I don't mind change for the better, but change for the sake of change is not really helpful, right? If you're just changing it just to, try something new, that's a little bit different, or to kind of tweak some stuff, if it does play well. But in the case of, let's just say, like Hardpoint, right? It's arguably the best game mode Call of Duty has ever come out with, and could it always use some tweaks? Yes. Could it always be improved? Yes. But at the same time, don't start messing with it too much where things are going to be completely broken. Now, this year, they actually added something new into Hardpoint, where every time the hardpoint rotates, it actually says which one it is. So if it's the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever it may be, it actually says what it is, which is super cool. So little things like that, little kind of like, quality of life improvements, definitely don't mind that, right? Absolutely will welcome that. Whether it's a big deal or not really, because once you learn the hardpoint rotations and you learn, how everything works, then you don't really pay attention to those, because you know where you're supposed to be and you know where you're supposed to rotate to once you kind of get into the game and everything. But little things like that, definitely love. But at the same time, when we start changing around stuff, especially in Call of Duty, where they changed around the mini-map, what was it, a couple years ago now, where they made it so sometimes, red dots were on your screen, sometimes they weren't. Then they added them up to the compass that I turn off every single year because it's stupid. And then little, just things like that where it doesn't help anything, right? It doesn't help anyone that actually knows how to play the game. It only hurts almost everybody, right? So if you're a casual player, a newer player, don't get to play the game a lot, or don't choose to play the game a lot, and you try to get better by using your mini-map, right? In that case, and there's red dots, right? Anyone shooting an unsilenced weapon should appear on the minimap, as it's been throughout the entirety of Call of Duty. But then, for whatever reason, they decided to take that away. Why? Right? Why would we do that? Why would we change something that's such a massive thing in Call of Duty? Well, what if this? What if that? What if the other? You could make so many arguments for, why would you want to do that, or why would you want to take it out? But at the same time, it's one of those staple things that's been in Call of Duty since as long as I can remember. And there's no kind of reason or no argument that I heard that made it kind of I don't want to say justified, but made it viable of why they changed it, right? It wasn't oh, it's broken and it's becoming too much. We want to experiment with this or that or the other thing. It was just no explanation. We're taking it out, we're changing it just cuz. And I don't feel like just cuz reasoning should be how you operate in a Call of Duty game. Plain and simple. But at the same time, you go into Call of Duty and you have new maps and new modes and new features in a game, which I don't mind, right? This new Omni movement thing, which a lot of my worries about this game were kind of like calmed down a little bit, right? After playing the beta and after hearing what Omni movement was, I was very worried, right? Very worried it was going to be stupid broken, very insane, and very worried that it would just be like a game-breaking thing. And realistically, it's not, right? So I'm hoping that this will be something that just helps and it isn't stupid overpowered. Obviously, there's some cheesy moments, and there's some times where you kind of like sprint backwards and jump downstairs or, some weird stuff. But for the most part, I don't think I've had any big complaints about Call of Duty, right? But I'm all for change, right? I think I've said that more than enough times. I'm all for change, but it has to be for the better, and don't just start removing things that are just absolute staples in Call of Duty. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. Let me know of your thoughts and comments down in that comment section. And if you haven't yet, or if you are brand new here, make sure to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. We're getting ever closer to our short-term goal of 300 subscribers. But as always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.